is stopped. System restarted, HANA database is stopped status here, right? So in that case, what we have to do, we need to restart the, we need to start the HANA databases. So how to start the HANA database, how to stop the HANA databases here, right? How to start and stop the HANA DBs, how to start and stop the HANA databases here, how to start and stop the HANA database here. To stop and start the HANA databases, what we have to do, right? So we need to use the command. So that means switch to SID ADM user, then execute the transaction code is called the HDB start, then stopping for HDB stop. Simple commands. HDB start means database will be started. HDB stop, database will be stopped here, right? If you use the HDB start, you need to use the SID ADM. You need to switch it. Switching means, suppose once the database is installed, so suppose HDP, you want to start the HDP, then go to sudo su space HDP ADM, right? So then just you can use the HDB space info, then it will give the information. Just you can just start the HDB start, right? HDB start, then starting the HANA database. So now you are starting the HANA database. So starting the HANA database will take some time. So why? Because it has to, why? Because HANA is a in-memory column-oriented database. In-memory column-oriented database. So starting the database, it will take some time. Starting the database, it will take some time here, right? Starting the database, it will take some time, right? So while starting, let me open the HANA Studio, right? HANA Studio is the one of the monitoring tool, and also to perform the administration activities, we need to use the HANA Studio. So tools wise, we have to use the HANA Studio for monitoring the, so this has to be installed in each and every desktop here. Then to log into the operating system level, OS level of the Linux, you need to use the putty tool, you have to use it. This is the tool for the monitoring the HANA databases. To start and stop the HANA database, we need to switch to the SID ADM, which means here we have to use the either sudo su hyphen your SID ADM user. Your SID ADM is the sudo su HDP, then HDP ADM user, we have to use it. Sudo, suppose your SID is the ABC, then ABC ADM, we have to use it. So like this, we have to use the, SID ADM commands, we have to use it. For SID ADM commands, we have to use it here. SID ADM commands, we have to use it. For, to starting or stopping the HANA databases here. Starting and stopping the HANA database, we have to use it here. Then just click on the launch button.
Yeah. Hi, sir. Good morning.
Yes.
Sir, what is the difference between HTTP start and SAP control start we can use?
Both are same. Either you can use the HTTP start and stop, or SAP control commands also we can use it here. So that is the next procedure. Like, so multiple ways we can use it, right? So this is also commands you can use it. SAP control -nr and the instance number, right? -function. Then stop system, start system, or SAP control -nr, then instance number, right? So then -function, then the start system. So either both the ways you can use it. So either you can use this one or you can use the way. So both the commands start the HANA systems here.
Okay.
Not only HANA, maybe SAP system, just maintain the SAP system instance number. It is the ASS instance number. It will stop and start the systems. Get process list. I will tell you, for HANA, we can use the get process list, or so we can just HDB space info, then it will show the HANA process here. For SAP, we have the dialog, update, enqueue, background. How we have for the HANA also, we have the some core process will be created. So as I explained previously, HANA core process means, there are the 7 core process will be created. One is the index server, right? Then name server, then compile server, then preprocessor, then access engine, then web dispatcher, then daemon. These are the 7 core process will be created at HANA level. Each and every SID, you will get the 7 core process. 7 core process you will get. HDB start, HDB stop, 7 core process you will get here.
Here, processes.
So here just you can just click on the once open the HANA Studio. Just open the HANA Studio here.
Ravindra sir, Anup here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, I have just one question regarding these services. You just said like there are 7 core services, right? So like this index server will run on system DB or on tenant DB, like on
Tenant
each,
DB.
yeah,
Tenant.
on each tenant DB we will have this index server, right? And rest of the services we will have on system DB, right?
Yeah. I will explain it. I will explain that one.
Okay, yeah, that was my confusion. Okay.
Yeah, I will explain it now. So once you start the HANA database, so it's see here, it's taken some time, then you got the prompt here. Now, when you click on the HDB space info, then you will see all the 7 process will be available here. Now see, if the 7 process are showing in the list, then it means it's 7 process are showing in the list means, so then HANA database is up and running here. If not showing, suppose like previously we executed the just HDB space info, then the command it did not show, it's not given the any results, right? But when you use now after starting the HANA database, so after starting the HANA database, so then if you just execute the HDB space info, it displayed the 7 core process in the HANA system. It displayed the 7 core process in the HANA systems here. 7 core process it will be displayed here, which means HANA database is started and up and running fine here, right? So now, so 7 core process here. What are those 7 core process here, right? These are the 7 core process here. So normally when you, so this 7 core process where it will run in the HANA database. But HANA 2.0 is the multi-container. HANA 2.0 is the multi-container database, which means multi-database container concept here, MDC concept, which means by default you will get the system DB and the tenant DB you will get. By default you will get the one system DB and tenant DB you will get here. So system DB means this is the base, means ground floor, right? Tenant DB is the first floor here. So tenant DB means all the tenants will stay in the floors, either first floor or second floor, third floor, right? System DB is the owner of the all the tenants, right? All the floors, who is the owner? System means owner, like ground floor here, right? So HANA 2.0 is the MDC concept here. One system DB, one tenant DB you will get. System DB is responsible for to monitor, to do the administration activity of tenant DB. But here 7 process are there, 2 databases are there, right? So then what is the difference? Each process here. So here, say tenant DB. So in the tenant DB, we have the index server plus the access engine. They both will be run on the each tenant database here. So the remaining 5 process will be in the system database, like name server, compile server, so preprocessor, then web dispatcher, daemon, right? This 5 will be in the system DB, remaining 2 will be in the tenant database here. Suppose if you create the one more tenant, then one more tenant database 2, then it will there the one more index server plus one more access engine will create. One more tenant database, then it will create the index server plus access engine, you will get it out here. Sir, can we see this in the system? How can we see? But when you execute the HDB info, overall status is displayed. Overall the status is displayed here, right? So now what we have to do, HANA system is installed. We have started the HANA database using the commands HDB start and HDB stop for stopping the HANA systems. Then after that, how to monitor here, right? So then in this case, you need to open the HANA Studio. HANA Studio, you have to open it here. In the studio, just click on the add system. This is the HANA Studio. it is available for you. Just click on the add system here, right? So then you will get the one prompt here. You will get the one prompt here. In the prompt, you need to enter the host name. You need to enter the host name here, right? So once HANA system started only, then you can able to access the systems from the studio. Other if the HANA is down, if you are trying to access the HANA system, there is no use, right? It will not be connected here. So once the HANA started, once the HANA system is started, once the HANA system is started, then we have to, once the HANA system is started here, then we have to use it here, right? So here, host name, what is the host name here, right? So where you installed the HANA database here. Host name means just if you type the host name, you will see the what is the HANA system you logged in, SAP HANA, right? So then you need to type the SAP HANA is your host name. So what is the instance number of your database? So 55, someone given the 55, right? 55 is the instance number, right? 55. This is the single container, it's not the single container, it's a multi-container. Then connect the system database. Then click on the next button. So then use the system user. Why? Because during the installation time, we are giving the system user and SAD ADM user. System user means, so then system user, then the password we have to give it here. The password we have to give it here. The whatever the password you set during the installation time, so that password we have to give it here. So otherwise, so whatever, suppose I have given the wrong password, then we will get this one here. Then what is the password here? Who installed this one? Do you know the password of this one? No. So anyone who installed this HDB system? HDB.
Sir, London 2024, sir. Right, sir.
I tried it 2024, but it's not working. Let me try. London 2024. It's not. Yeah, it's saying that so username and password is incorrect. Username and password is incorrect here, right? So I don't know what is the password here. So let me. Can you type it here? SAP HANA multi-container, then system DB, then click on the next. So system DB and username and password. Username and password we have to type it here. Username and password we have to type it here. Okay, let me check. 2024. No, it's same. Same, that saying that the password is wrong. Do you remember what is the password for this one? Let me check here. HDP.
Hi Ravi,
Yeah, hi.
can we reset the password system?
We can reset it. We can reset it. That's not a big deal. But
Does it affect any functionalities?
yeah, it will be restart the system. System will be stopped status. We have to stop the system. That will also I will tell you. But initial things, right? Just try with the normal procedure.
And so suppose suppose we have like 2 or 3 tenant DB, okay, and while resetting this system user password, do we need to stop this system DB also, or the like a whole system?
Whole system we need to stop it.
Okay, all the tenant DB. Okay.
We have to stop it. So I'm checking what is the other databases we have. I thought of you guys are installed the database, but no one installed, I guess. Let me, who installed this UDB something? UDB, you know, right? Password, UDB. UDB. So let's start the UDB then. UDB ADM. Okay, UDB ADM. There's HDB space info. Then it is stopped status. Let's start the HDB space start, HDB start. Then it is starting here. So first we are adding first I'm trying to add the instance number of this one, right? HDP, but there is no password. That's why I am using the instance number 18 for UDB. 18 is the here, then systemdb, then it should start it actually. Once completely started, then only we need to add that system to the here, right? So system can, otherwise what will happen? System cannot be reached, the logon data could not be used. Like that you will get the message, which means you have to wait until system should be started, then we can connect from the studio. Here we have to use the HANA Studio tools. We have to open it. HANA Studio we have to use it. HANA Studio we have to use it to connect to the to connect to the HANA databases here, right? So initial procedure, right? Start and start. This is the procedure. Tools Studio putty you have to use it, right? So you need to switch to the respective SAD idiom. You need to use the HDB start. So HANA 2.0 is the multi-container, which means two databases basically. One is the system DB, right? So one is the two databases you will get. This is the your data to your home. Two databases you will get. Why? Because this is the apartment concept which we discussed. One system DB, one tenant DB you will get here. One system DB, one system DB and one tenant DB you will get here. One system DB, one tenant DB you will get from here. System DB, tenant DB you will get from here. So tenant DB means we have the index server access engine. Remaining 5 processes will be in the system DB only. If you install the one more tenant, if you add it, what will happen? There is a one more index server and so access engine. One more index server access engine will be created. One more index server access engine, like that it will be created here, right? One system DB, tenant DB, like that it will create the all those things here, right? So now we have only by default you will get the one system DB, one tenant DB only. Whenever you install the system, one system DB, one tenant DB only you will get it out here. One system DB, one tenant DB you will get here. Now you see system is added. Why? Because this is getting started. System DB is started. So that's why you are able to add the system DB here. So system DB here. So this is the way you need to add the systems. You need to add the systems here. So you have to add the system DB as well as you need to add the tenant DB also. You need to add the tenant DB also. You have to add it. So instance number 18, multi-container. This is a UDB. So tenant system DB, there is no SAD. For tenant database, we have the SAD UDB, right? Just select it here. Then same system user, then password, you can give it to the here. Click on OK button. Then so system cannot be reached. Why? Because still the index server is not started. Still the index server is not started. That is the reason it's showing that system cannot be reached. But name server, the whatever the process are there, right? So name server, compile server, these are the started. So that's the reason we are able to connect to the system DB, but not the tenant DB here. So once the tenant is completely started, then we can connect to the tenant DB as well. We can connect to the tenant DB as well here. So make sure everybody, we have to connect from the HANA Studio. We have to use the HANA Studio to connect to the, we have to use the HANA Studio to connect to the tenant databases, HANA databases. Still system is starting. It's not like that SAP. SAP will start within, now it started. See, you got the prompt. Now HDB info, you will see the all the process here. You will see the all the process, index server, access engine, web dispatcher, pre-processor, compile server, name server, and timeout, right? You will see the all the process. Click on the finish button here, right? So you see the, so it started now. You see the, it started now here. So tenant started, then so system DB also started here. We connected here. So this is the way we have to connect it here. So now if you open the system DB, right? So right click and once you add it to the HANA Studio, right click and just go to the, just if you double click it, it will open the administration page. Administration page will be opened, and there are all the administration part we have to discuss from here outside only. Just go to the configuration and monitoring, then open the administration page. Then administration page will be opened here.
Sir, hi, sir.
Yeah.
See in the yellow and the tenant DB in the green, sir. Is there any issue with the system DB, sir?
Is there any
Issue with that, sir? We could see tenant DB as a green status, right? But
So system DB yellow means it will take some time actually the change the status here. So first of all, without completely starting the system, what we did is, so we added the system DB. So then after completely starting this one, so it means sometimes what happens due to some connection issues or network issues, so system status will go to so yellow status. Yellow, green, fine. If it is the red, so something is problem. Some services are stopped status. So here, yellow means there is a SAP start SRV process. SAP start SRV process having some issues to connect to that your operating system. Why? Because now you are in the Windows, you opened, but the databases, services, everything is running on the, so everything is running on the, so Linux box. So sometimes what will happen, it will take some time, it will take a while to connect to the your operating system, get the status. Now see, after some time automatically it is in the green status here. It is in the green status here. See here, now you got the status here, right? So here, the first tab, here you can see it here in the HANA Studio. You connect to the HANA Studio here, right? So here you have the system DB, tenant DB here, right? System DB. So system DB, tenant DB, you got it here, right? So here, so first tab is the overview page here, overview tab here. In the overview page, it will give the entire overview of your database, entire overview of your database information and everything here, entire overview of your database, like whether database all the services are started or not, what is the system usage here, what is the when it is restarted the database, so what is the version of the database here, HANA 2 SP07 here, like what is the build time here, what is their OS information, Red Hat Linux 8.9, what is the your Linux kernel here. So all the information it is showing here, all the information it is showing here, right? So now what is the HANA used memory status here, right? HANA resident memory status. Separately there is a concept for memory. Then memory state, how much, what is the total RAM memory, in that what is the HANA used currently, right? So then CPU, what is the CPU utilization here, right? CPUs are red, right? What is the disk? Disk means file systems, right? So data folder, /ana data folder size, /ana log folder size, /ana shade folder size here. So what is the total size here? 236 GB. So total, how much is the currently utilized here? So you have the here information. You do any critical alerts, you got the information here. So overview page means, overview tab means, it kind of index, book index. When you purchase the any book, textbook, the first page will be the overview or summary page. In the summary, the first unit, this is the unit, the page number 1 to 10. Then second unit, this is the number. Third unit, this is the number. Fourth unit, this is the number. Like that, you will get the units, right? Similar way, here you will get the units. Similar way, you will see the units in the systems here. In similar way, you can see the units, system DB and tenant DB things. You can see it here. System DB, the tenant DB things here. We can see it here. System DB and tenant DB. Right. So that is the thing here. We can see it in the system DB. The tenants we can see it here. Okay. So that is the thing here. So system DB, the tenant DB related informations. We can see it in the here. So the first page, either if you open the system DB or if you open the tenant DB, the same information will be displayed here, right? So on one host, on top of the here, up to by except default one, except this is the 01 and this is the 1, except default one, up to you can create the 19 tenant DBs, you can create it. 19 tenant DBs, you can create it, except default one. So plus default one default tenant database, that is called the default tenant DB. Total in a one host, you can create the 20 tenant databases, we can create it. 20 tenant databases means 20 floors we can create it, we can build it, we can construct it on one system DB, right? In our 20 DBs we can create it here. That is what, right? So we can do that one. But default you will get the G+1, right? One system DB, one tenant DB you will get. Tomorrow, if you want to create the one more tenant, there is a command you have to use it. No need to installation software, that you can create the new tenant database. But that is the concept I will tell you. But before that, you should know about the some these tabs information you should know here, right? Overview page. In the overview page, here we can see the just overview of the, before we going for the all the inside of detailed way, just this is the overview summary. So when was the, what is the status of the all the services? Is it developed
Sir,
or called it?
Sir, this default tenant DB will be created automatically, right? So
Right.
once we install the system DB, it will be created automatically, right?
Right.
With the tenant, one tenant.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
Yeah. Default, you will get the one system DB, one tenant DB you will get in the 2.0.
Okay.
So here you can see starting when you did the restart of the last system. So then what is the version of the database? All the information you can see at a glance. You can see the all the information here, right? So if you go to the system landscape, here you can see the how many processes are there, and so what is the status here? What is the port number for each process? What is the host name, and what is the whether it is active or not? So what is the startup time? What is the process ID? How much CPU it is utilizing? How much memory it is utilizing? What is the memory? All the process related information it is showing. As I mentioned here, in the system DB, except 5 process like web dispatcher, preprocessor, name server, daemon, compile server. This 5 will be in the system data. So here the compile server, daemon, name server, preprocessor, web dispatchers. These are the 5 core processes are there here in the systems here. 5 core processes are there here in the systems, right? So this 5 process, so it is staying in the system DB, Remaining 2 will be in the tenant DB here. Here we can see it, the remaining 2 means index server, access engine, we can see it here. So here the second tab is the landscape tab here. In the here landscape related, landscape means in your home, how many members are there, those members related information. So what they are doing, whether they are green, active or not. If something is wrong, red, the process is stopped, then it will show the red mark here. So it is green means we can ignore it here. So the process related information, everything we can see it in the landscape tab here. The landscape tab, we can see it here, right? So how much CPU it is utilizing, how many memory it is using. So all the information we can see it in the, so this information here, right? That is called the system DB information here, right? So that is called the landscape tab here, right? The next one is the alerts tab, alerts information. Alerts means, so are there any critical errors, critical issues, memory issues, CPU issues, so some backups issues, everything it will generate the alerts. A database knows if any issues with the system, it will throw the one alert here. So means it will communicate to us in the form of alerts. So suppose if you want to configure this alerts configuration to your mailbox, suppose if you go to the configuration, right? We go to the configuration. Then here you can configure the mailbox configuration, SMTP server, all the details and the recipients, your group email ID. If you provide it, you will receive the emails to your inbox. So instead of daily going to check it here, instead of daily going and checking here, if you configure it here, so you will receive the emails. You will receive the emails to the here. You will receive the emails here. All right. So you will receive the emails to the your mailbox here. Right. That is called the SMTP mail server address here. SMTP server, SMTP port number. We can see it here. Right. So that is the here. So here you can see the modify the receipts here. The receipt related. Suppose you want to receive the emails to the your group mailbox, then just you can add it here. Just click on the OK button here. Then you will receive the emails to the your group mailbox here. Your group mailbox here, you will receive it here. Right. So this type of alerts configuration. If any critical alerts, high priority alerts. So not only current, maybe all the alerts, previous hours, previous history, previous days, all the last 15 minutes, last 20 minutes, last 1 hour, last 20. So all the last 2 weeks, last 1 month, last few weeks, all the alerts we can see it in the here. In this console, we can see it here. Right. So that is the thing we can see it here. That is the alerts thing we can see it here. Okay. So that is what we can see it. Okay. So that is the alerts configuration box here. So any alerts, either CPU, suppose this process is stopped, this process is running, this process having memory issues, something like everything will be generated here. So we always not only monitoring the systems, right? Sometimes we go offline. So that time, if the alerts received to our email box, then that time we can alert it. So that in this case, the alerts tab will help you to generate the alerts here. So here landscape and overview tab, first 3 tabs here. The same time, all the tabs also we can discuss, but we'll go. And also if I open the tenant DB as well, if I open the tenant DB, the same concept, same overview page here, same tabs, same information here.
Hi Ravi.
Yes.
There is other tab on landscape. Host system.
Yeah. I will explain. In system tenant DB, I will explain it more. So when we are in the high availability mode, so that time it will give the more information. That time it will give the more information. What is there in the, suppose if I go to the landscape tab, it's loading, slowly loading. I think here we have the less CPUs. That's why CPU is in red. Once everything is green, here we can monitor it operating system level, free-G. Okay. And then top command to check the CPU utilizations and everything here. Here preprocessor, name server, index server, this processor consuming the, so lot of memory, lot of CPUs here. Here 139%, 200% of CPU operating by the preprocessor here. So this is the operating system level command. That's why we discussed in the before regarding this one here. Right. So here, see here, this is a tenant DB, right? Same configurations here, tenant DB. Somewhat the utilization got reduced here, right? So then if you go to the landscape tab here, so you will see the system DB process plus tenant DB related to process. So 7 process you will see it here. So total 5 plus 2, 7 core process information we can see it here. So which means in the tenant database, system DB related process and tenant related process also you can see it here. Index server and access engine are the extra. So remaining 5 are from the system DB only. How can we say? How can we prove it? Based upon the process ID or based upon the port number, we can see it. Suppose the example, the name server, the process ID is the 22049. If we go to the tenant database, if we go to the landscape tab, here 220400 here. So 22049 name server. So same process ID, but in the display it is showing. Process ID is same, but in the display it is showing here 22049. In the display it is showing here same process ID. In the display it is showing here. Right. So that is the one thing here. Right. So see here tenant DB we have the additionally 2 process, index server and access engine process here. Right. In the system DB, we have only 5 process. That is only 5 process here. So this is the services. What are the services are active? If we go to the host, how many hosts are active? We have only 1 host. Here only one host should be displayed here. One host is okay, active or not, it should be displayed here. So whether the name server. So system DB. So here the process wise, we have the 5 process. In that, name server is the main. Name server is the main in so system DB. Then index server is the main in the tenant database. Index server is the main. Index server is the main in tenant database here. So name server is the main means master. Certain in the system DB, index server is the master here. So that's why it's showing that whether this host is active. Yes. Okay. What is the master? Master node. That's like story. So with the redistribution. So this is the different story. I will explain it. Redistribution of the tables here. So tables related information, how many tables we can optimize it, partitioning. There is a separate concept. I will explain it. And system replication. This is also separate concept, system replication concept. That time these tabs will come. Now it will show only empty. Why? Because so we have not discussed that topic. Whenever discussing that topic, so the entries will come into in this list here. So that is called the system redistribution and system replication concepts here. Right. So same configurations, and here in the system DB and tenant DB as well here. So alerts related information, how many alerts are active, right? All the alerts are active. So what is there here? Database running on the, so it's not running. So what is happening issues? What is the database errors? All the information it will show the errors here in the so system tab, in the overview tab, landscape tab, alerts tab. As part of the day-to-day activity, we need to come to these tabs and we need to check it out what's happening with my systems, right? As part of the monitoring, we need to check. If something is red, we need to check what's happening. So then why is the memory is getting full? Is the space is getting full? So what is the space? Memory, CPU. Then so landscape tab, alerts tab. So all the information it is showing in the here, right? All the last 15 minutes, last 20, 30 minutes errors, anything. Here we can see it here, right? So if you want to stop that in database, and right click on the system DB, go to the configuration monitoring, then you can stop the system. Then system will be stopped. You can start the system will be started. You can stop the system will be stopped. You can start the system will be started here, right? So stop and start and then restart the system here. Stop and start and then restart the systems will be stopped and started mode here. Stopped and started mode here. So that is what we can see it here. That is what we can see it here, right? Stop the system and start the system here, right? So if you want to stop, system will be stopped. Restart. So HANA Studio also we can do the stop and start, or we can also do the HANA Studio or OS level HDB stop, or SAP control commands. We can use it. So what is the use of each and every process here? What is the use of the each and every process here, right? So suppose here we have the 7 process here, index server, right? And also the name server. So that shall I explain this theoretical topic or will you guys practice up to here? So opening the HANA Studio, configuring the so systems here, adding the systems here, then stop and start. Once you add it to the here, then check the first 3 tabs.
We practice.
Yeah. So okay. So then practice it. Why? Because this theoretical topic. So maybe sometimes so you may not get concentrate on this because now we discussed about the adding the systems to the HANA Studio. Then once done it, opening the systems here, then checking the here services status here. So overview tab you need to practice it. Then configuration tab you need to see how many process are there here. So what's happening here? CPU is live utilization. Everything will be the live. This is the refresh button. If you keep on refreshing it here, the values will be changed here. Why? Because it's a live utilizations. So alerts, are there any critical alerts? So you need to practice. So better to practice it. So then tomorrow we'll discuss about the process related, each and every process. What is the usage? What is the use of the each and every process here? Then next we will go for the so other concept like performance tab. If any issues with the HANA system, where to check, how to change the parameters, all those things will come into the one by one. So better first you just start the adding the system to the your. So yeah, first you add the systems to the your HANA Studio. Then So try to open and see the what's there inside of the tab. Now see CPU utilization previously red, now it's amber, now it's green. Which means system slowly coming down. Coming down means coming to the normal status here, right? This is keep on refreshing tab. So like that you can so monitor it here.
Sir, hi sir. Can we remove the system in the HANA Studio, and can we
Yeah. We can remove it multiple times. Multiple times also you can add it. Multiple times you can remove it. You can add it. Why? Because HANA Studio is separate for each and every user. So yeah, I configured means it's not for you. So it's only accessible for my user only. You need to separately you have to configure. Then so you need to add it. You need to open, add, and you need to see it here. Okay. In case of HANA Studio is not available here. So then what we can do, just sometimes what happens, it's not available in the desktop. So in case of it is not available in the desktop, so then you can go to the search board, administrator, then you can just type the HANA Studio. HANA Studio, you can type it here. HANA Studio, like that, you can type it here. HANA Studio will be opened here. Okay, HANA Studio will be opened. Okay, like that we can just do that one.